So, welcome to 2023. A lot of us like to say, new year, new me, right? But ask yourself, the person you hoped for last year on this day, are you that person today? Personally, I've come a long way since January of 2022, and it feels good to say that, but I also want to say, stop waiting for a new year, a new week, new day. Start today. Life is about losing and finding yourself, and that's what makes life exciting, perhaps. Because if life was always the same, it would be boring. The hard times are what make you better and push you to grow into a better version of yourself. So try not to be so hard on yourself when you feel lost. No matter what change you want to make, the most important change is your mental health. It all starts and ends in your head. Ken and I have been trying to sit down on the weekends and talk about goals over coffee and just spend more time paying attention and focusing on each other with no distractions. Life can be so busy and overwhelming, and it's easy to forget to make time for what really matters. Things and tasks, that can wait. People can't, because you never know how much time you truly have with them. So be sure to fill the cups that fill yours. And Ken sure does love filling these C cups. Okay, that was a little much.
Cheers.
Who's ready to go get broke?
Not me.
I've also been trying to make time to get better at things I enjoy. I've always really enjoyed board sports, skateboarding, snowboarding, and surfing. Those are all my jam. And although I'm not very good, I still want to do it without judging or being embarrassed of my suckiness. At the end of the day, we all start somewhere, so start now and you'll end up better before you know it. I guess my point is I just want to do the things I love, and I don't want the judgment of others or myself to get in the way of that.
Yeah.
I'm getting older, and I just want to grow into the best and happiest version of myself because I deserve it. I got a coach. So yeah, this is something that I've been doing a lot of thinking about, and after the transformation challenge and doing a cut and losing some weight, it kind of put me in a place where I felt like I could really use some professional help to get to the next point. Because losing weight, it's not the hardest thing in the world. I mean, I know it's hard to do sometimes, but it's just simple math. As long as you can follow it, you can succeed. It's just a simple equation, just being a calorie deficit and you can lose weight. But I want to do more than just lose weight. Growing up, and for the longest time, even in my adult life, my goal was to get skinny, and it was all about a number on the scale. And now my goals have kind of shifted. I don't have that mentality anymore. I want to be strong. I don't necessarily care about the number on the scale. Yes, seeing it go down is kind of cool, but I want to build muscle, I want to be strong, and I want to have a certain physique, and that is what led me into choosing to get a coach, because one of my goals is I would like to do a bodybuilding show someday. I followed Paul, who owns Pro Physique, for quite some time, and I've always had interest in going with Team Pro Physique to, with a coach, and that is actually where I found my coach. Her name is Coach Rachel. So the way that I knew my coach was a good fit for me, and although this is just the beginning and we are still getting to know each other and just starting to work together, what sold me on my coach was she told me what I didn't want to hear. I know that sounds kind of crazy and kind of weird, but whenever I had reached out and I had a consultation with her, I had these, I guess, expectations or, goals to do a bodybuilding show this year, a particular bodybuilding show. I wanted to do summer shredding. And the reality of it was my body probably wouldn't be ready to go on stage and looking its absolute best if I were to just jump on stage this year, because there is a lot of building that needs to be done and it needs to be done in a healthy way. Any coach could just take my money and be like, yeah, sure, we'll get you on stage this year. But I really appreciated the fact that she was just like, hey, you've been cutting for the past 12 weeks and losing weight. You've lost 31 pounds. It's time to give your body a break and build your calories back up and basically just do a reverse diet and build some muscle as well before you start chipping away again. And at first I didn't want to hear that. I was like, oh man, like I had this goal for this year. I had this show in mind. But I was like, you know what? She's a professional and she's right. And over the past couple weeks of working together, I really realized she was right just by, so she's an IFBB pro, and following her social media and looking at her pictures and her posts on Instagram, there was a particular post that really just clicked. She was doing a lat spread and her lats were huge. And so I was just like, do I have lats? Like I always thought like I kind of had little baby muscles and stuff. Do I have lats? So I went in the mirror and I tried to do a lat spread, and I literally looked like a Thanksgiving turkey just with my chicken wings and basically no lats. The point of this story is I have a long way to go, and that's okay, but I have a lot of room for improvement. I have a lot of muscle that I can and need to build, and we are going to be healthy, and we're going to do it in a healthy way. And whenever I'm ready for a show and whenever I get there, I'll get there. And I've accepted that, and I'm honestly totally okay with that. And like, she was right. She is right. And starting this reverse diet, because that's what we're currently doing right now. I'm in a reverse diet. I'm realizing how much I've actually needed this, because I've always had this mentality of lose weight, be skinny, watch the scale go down, calorie deficit, always like this diet culture and this diet mentality. And that is why I find myself never maintaining and never keeping my weight off, and always going back to binging, because I don't just know how to sit still and to just build and to recover. So this feels really good. My calories feel like they're in a good spot. Like I'm not starving and feeling like I'm restricting. You know, I'm trying to eat cleaner and healthier because macronutrients are really coming into play with this reverse diet. It's not just about calories. Lifting sessions feel a lot better because I'm not cramming in a bunch of days throughout the week to lift. I'm not doing like a split. That's just too much right now, cramming in way too many exercises per session. I just feel like I'm in a really good place, and she put me on a really good track, and I'm really excited to grow and to learn and to become stronger and better and have some of that load just like lightened off of me, where I'm always trying, okay, I got to do this now. Okay, I got to do that. It feels good to have somebody just be like, here's this, do it. I'm not overthinking as much and thinking and questioning. I'm just kind of trusting the process and trusting her because she's a professional, and that feels really nice. And I feel like I feel that way also because just within a couple weeks, I've really learned that she is a safe space, and I appreciate that. I can email her anytime with questions. She's always like promptly answering me, always reassuring me that it's okay to ask and I can ask whenever I want. And that is really important, especially for someone high functioning, anxiety ridden person such as myself. That has really taken a huge like load off of me, and like, you know, I'm just so grateful, and I really appreciate that. I feel like it's been a really good fit so far. So yes, I'm reverse dieting. Currently, I am doing a 4-day split, 2 upper sessions, 2 lower sessions, including a posterior chain session. So that's a lower session, which I guess I didn't realize like that's the technical term, and that it's a lower day. Yeah. And then I have 3 rest days, which before I started this, I was working out 6 days a week, 1 rest day, and I felt like I was basically going like this into the ground, just exhausted. And my calories were the same every day, and it was a constant deficit, and I truly just needed a break from that, because I need to build muscle. I need to build, and I need to get my metabolism right, and that is what we're doing. We are aligning everything to put myself in the best possible position to potentially do a show one day, whether it be this year or 2 years from now. I'm honestly good with any of it. I don't need the unnecessary pressure of being like, I have to do this. So if we get there, we get there. So this is bodybuilder loading. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time. I have always been so interested in bodybuilding, and that's basically all I watch on YouTube is bodybuilders and stuff with fitness and food and muscle building, and I want to be one of those people. So this is my journey if you're interested. Today is a rest day. It's Sunday. So the way that I have my days planned right now is I rest Sunday and Monday. Tuesday is a lower day. Wednesday is an upper day. Thursday is a rest day. Friday is an upper day. Saturday is a lower day. And my calories and macros fluctuate depending on what day it is. So today is a rest day. My calories are at 1,805 calories, which is amazing because I was not eating that much before. And let me just say, my weight is still going down. I woke up at my lowest weight this morning. I'll put it here on the screen. It was like 166 point something pounds. I haven't hit that low yet. So that's pretty amazing. I'm eating more and I'm losing weight. So yeah, 1,805 calories for the day, 160 grams of protein. That's straight across the board. That never changes. And today my carbs are at 145 and my fats are at 65. So we're gonna get into what I eat on a rest day. So yeah, one of my goals is crossed off for the year. I got a bodybuilding coach on Team Pro Physique. Her name is Coach Rachel Sedgwick. Go follow her on Instagram. She has some really knowledgeable shit that she posts. She's got good vibes, and I'm really excited to just see where this year takes me. I'm excited for whoever is out there watching this to come along and see my growth, and I hope we can grow together. Let's go make some breakfast. So for breakfast, it's the same almost every single day. I do 33 grams of cream of wheat and then 200 milliliters of some type of broth. Typically I go with vegetable, but today I had some beef broth. I throw it in the microwave for 3 minutes. I get all of my ingredients prepared. I got my pre-made turkey bacon, my pre-made soft-boiled eggs. You got to go in about every single minute and stir the cream of wheat, otherwise it gets a little bit of a chunky texture to it. So then after the 3 minutes is done, you bring that bad boy out, set it down here, and I'm going to add a slice of 45 calorie American cheese, stir that in there. It gives a bit of a more creamy texture with that. I like to also add some tomatoes, typically 2 little tomatoes. Today it was 66 grams, that's what it equaled out to. And I also like to add a scallion or green onion, whatever you want to call it. Chop that up, go ahead and get that in there. That was 11 grams. Then I add 2 slices of turkey bacon, and I also add 2 soft-boiled eggs. So these are 6-minute eggs. What I do is I cook them for 6 minutes, immediately take them out into some ice-cold water. Then I top it with some salt, pepper, everything but the bagel seasoning, sriracha, and a little bit of sweet soy sauce, about 6 milliliters I had that day, and this is the final product. You're definitely going to be seeing a lot more of this breakfast. Kendra calls it my slop bucket. I think it's delicious. I eat this pretty much every day. It's a staple meal. And I'm also currently drinking 150 ounces of water a day, so that's a little bit more than a gallon. There's 32 ounces per jug in this, so I have 5 of these a day. It comes out to about 160 ounces, so I'm going a little bit over, but there's nothing wrong with drinking a lot of water. And sometimes to help get my water intake down, because it can be a little bit challenging, I'll use these little squeeze sprays. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm mixing strawberry watermelon with grape. I usually like to mix strawberry watermelon with the orange tangerine. There's 0 calories in these. And it's a great way to get your water in. I'm real precise and calculated with my water intake though, so I don't just go fill that glass up. I dump water from my bottle in. And MyFitnessPal has a water feature where you can just like add the ounces, and that's how I keep track. Tastes yummy. I love this meal so much. I have yet to get sick of it. I think it has great macronutrients in it. It comes out to be 405 calories, and it has 25 grams of protein, 33 grams of carbs, and 18 grams of fat. A little bit of everything in one bite, and of course, a baby spoon to make it last longer. Probably my favorite meal of the day. I'm gonna sit down, finish my breakfast, and I will show you guys what I'm having for my next meal. I will see you soon. So after breakfast, I'm having a little snack. I like to call some of my meals throughout the day little protein bumps because it has been a struggle for me to hit 160 grams of protein every day. And I'm finding myself having to change my eating habits somewhat because I was always geared toward carbs, never protein. And every single meal needs to consist of protein now with a bodybuilding diet. Shut up! Sorry, that's my alarm system saying that the garage door has been opened. Every meal needs to consist of protein now, so I have these little protein bumps throughout the day. This is kind of random. So I have 40 grams of blueberries, 130 grams of some low-fat Greek yogurt, and then I have 7 grams of peanut butter whey protein. You're probably wondering why a random 7 grams? Well, that's all that I had left of my peanut butter protein. So I was just finishing my protein out, and that's just what I had left. So this meal consists of 116 calories. There are 17 grams of protein and 11 carbs in this meal. I probably would throw a little bit more protein in it, but I've kind of figured my day out to fill in this last little bit to finish this up. And that's where I'm at. Also, I'm on my 3rd one of these for the day. And can I just say, it feels really good to not always be hungry. So this reverse diet, like I said before, is going really well. I'm not hungry, I feel good, and I'm still losing weight. Rachel, you're a goddamn magician. I'll see you guys at the next meal. You know what I always say, or maybe you don't. 10K a day, baby. That is no more. I am walking 10K steps a day on training days, so that's 4 days a week. And then on my 3 rest days, she wants me to stay under 7,000 steps. So 6,500 to 7,000 steps a day on my rest days. So no more 10K a day. I guess we're not working harder, we're working smarter. It's not all about crushing yourself. It's also about recovery and giving yourself time to heal so that you can push harder in the next session. And I am not good with recovery, I will tell you that much. I always feel like I need to suffer, and it's nice to not always cram a ton of shit in and suffer. So today we're probably gonna hit about 7,000 steps. When we get home, we're gonna have our next meal. I'll see you there. Okay, so for my next meal, I'm having some little macro-friendly meatball subs. I think I've talked about this in a previous video before, but I was on a quest to find the most macro-friendly meatballs, or AKA the highest in protein with the lowest amount of calories without a ton of fat in them. And I came across, after trying out plenty and looking for a lot of different ones and going to a bunch of stores, I found these at a store called Lidl. The brand is Cook Perfect turkey meatballs, and this is what the package looks like. I love turkey meatballs because they are a super simple, easy source of protein. I just zap them in the microwave for like 2 minutes, and they're ready to go. For 85 grams or 3 meatballs, it's 140 calories and 14 grams of protein. So it's a nice little quick fix of protein. It's an easy meal, and I love anything with sauce and cheese, and meatballs are one of those things that go really great with sauce and cheese. For this meal, I have about 7 meatballs on the plate, but as I've also stated before in previous videos, it's always best to, if there's an option, to weigh it. So this is for 85 grams. 3 meatballs is quote unquote 85 grams. Not everything is exactly what the label says. So I always weigh the meatballs. I have 7 meatballs on the plate, but that came out to be 187 grams. So just point being, weigh your stuff. I have 2 different types of cheese, some fresh mozzarella on there, along with some low moisture part skim. You can find mozzarella with less calories, but you start getting into, is this plastic or is this cheese? So I'm just good with this. I put some pizza sauce on it. It's pretty calorie friendly, 30 calories per 63 grams. And I was feeling fancy, so I just topped it off with some basil, because the basil plant that I've been talking about in previous videos as well, she did exactly what I thought she would do. She's dead. I killed her. As always, topped with sriracha. And the final product is my beautiful little meatballs. And I have the calories and carbs for 2 slices of 647 Italian bread. And I'm gonna have it with a Diet Coke. Grand total for this meal is 479 calories. It has 40 grams of protein, 47 carbs, and 26 grams of fat. This is a favorite of mine. And if I don't have the carbs for bread, I will just eat meatballs with cheese, sauce, and sriracha. Bone, apple, suck my teeth. Love the sound of a cracking can. And there she is. Nothing special. Doesn't look too pretty, but it tastes good and does the job. Fuels my body. I'm gonna enjoy this meal, and I will catch you guys at the next one. It's gray sweatpants season! That means nothing when you're a super big lesbian. Listen, unless you're in here cooking it, I don't want to hear it. No. I don't like paprika, Liz. Paprika don't like you. Yeah. All right, dinner going in. It is nice and simple. We have 6.6 ounces of grilled chicken breast that's seasoned just with salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of chicken seasoning salt, and some sweet paprika. Then I have 150 grams of some French green beans and a little bit of dipping sauce. Got some GQ sugar-free famous cluckin' sauce. Now I just did, for 2 tablespoons, which is 32 grams, it's 100 calories. I don't ever go that crazy on sauce. I ain't hitting no 100 calories on sauce, even though I'm the condiment queen. Still gotta watch, because these calories are little pieces of gold and they need to be used effectively, so I'm not starving, because big girl don't like to be hungry. So I use 16 grams of this, which is 50 calories. And then I'm also going to have my meal with a diet ginger ale. Typically, I try to only drink 1 diet pop a day, but it's Sunday, it's the day of the Lord, and I feel like that should be celebrated with 2 diet pops. Kendra's face right now in the background. All right, I'm going to get into this meal, and then we got 1 more meal after this. I'll smell you guys there. Hi, it's me again. Watch it, big butt. I forgot to mention that this meal is 429 calories, 63 grams of protein, 13 grams of carbs, and 12 grams of fat. You look like a beauty queen.
Yeah, right.
1,000 calories of Chick-fil-A sauce. Okay. I'll see you guys at the final meal. See you guys at the final meal. Yeah, you got anything to say, Kendra, the cameraman, who's not behind the camera? And you can quote her! Final meal going in for the day, and I am pumped. I'm ending the night with something sweet, a little dessert. I can fit cereal into my macros, which is fantastic. I haven't eaten cereal in a while, and when you portion it out and don't eat it like an absolute animal, such as what I used to do, you can have a little bit of it and it's okay. So what I got going on here is a little bit of a peanut butter and banana situation. We got 240 grams of vanilla almond milk, 42 grams of peanut butter crunch cereal, and we topped it off with 20 grams of whey banana cream protein. I am looking for protein recommendations. If you have a good whey isolate that you recommend, please comment below. Let me know. I really want to get like maybe a cookies and cream flavor. I've always been a big fan of Ghost. Right now what I got in there is I have GNC, but I think I want to try an isolate protein just because sometimes I get a little bit nauseous with regular protein, so I want to give isolate protein a chance. It might help cure that. That is so delicious and really fulfills me to end my night with it. This meal was 286 calories, 18 grams of protein, 38 carb, 7 grams of fat. Probably an unpopular opinion, and you guys are gonna think I'm a sicko. Most people think I'm a sicko when I tell them this, but I live my life and I don't care who judges me. I like to let my cereal sit for a little bit. I'm just waiting for some scoff in the background. I like to let my cereal sit for a little bit to get soggy. I like soggy cereal.
So gross.
You're so gross. I don't like the inside of my mouth getting torn apart. So, it does.
Something wrong with you.
You're not the inside of my mouth, Kendra. You don't know. So, today's total is I've had 1,779 calories, 163 grams of protein, 147 grams of carbs, 69 grams of fat. I'm still getting the hang of the whole macros thing. It's just a learning process, and the foods that I pick, and as I go, I'll be able to hit them spot on, hopefully a little bit better. It's definitely a game every week, every night, sitting there trying to get things perfectly, but it's all a learning process, and we've been doing good so far, trying my best, and I'm really happy with the progress that I've made just in these 2 short weeks, and I feel good, and that's honestly what matters the most. Like, mentally, physically, I feel really good. I've come even a long way from last week, because last week was a very hard week. So now you know what I eat in a day on my rest day while I am on a reverse diet. I'm gonna go enjoy this bowl of cereal, but if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you smash that like button. Please subscribe, hit the bell button if you're feeling spicy. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. I will catch you next week in the next video. Peace.